In every police department across the nation, you have your Lonzos and you have your Officer Hoyts all across the nation. This is the training day syndrome. Police departments suffer from training day syndrome. This is what they have. They have the Officer Hoyts, the good cops, the cops that want to do the right thing, and you have the training, and you have the the Lonzos, the crooked cops, the bad cops that does bad things, take shortcuts, it's corrupt, right? The problem is there's not many Officer Hoyts. There's not many brave Officer Hoyts out there that check the Lonzos. As we saw in the movie Train today, Officer Hoyt checked Lonzo. Officer Hoyt wanted to do the right thing. Officer Hoyt wasn't with the bullshit, right? So he's basically trying to stop Lonzo from being corrupt. He's basically trying to do the right thing, and he's pretty much in the way. And Lonzo want to kill him, right? So pretty much, good cops will have to be the sacrificial lamb in order to make uh, this go away. Good cops gonna have to stand up, and it may involve risking your life. You risk your life every day on the street. You may have to risk your life from your fellow uh, cops. You know, your fellow coworkers. You may have to risk your life within your for your fellow coworkers, not for your fellow coworkers, but you may have to risk your life um, by your fellow coworkers. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So what's going on is there's an internal problem. It's not the problem is not the public. Well, the problem is a segment of the public versus the police, but the public is not going to be able to fix this. The people protesting, the people marching, the people shooting the cops, it's not going to fix it, man. It's going to take, this is a internal cop problem. Good cops are going to have to fix this. Cops are going to have to fix this. What has happened is the supervisors are corrupt themselves, a lot of them, and it's just the police departments are filled with corruption all over the United States, starting from the higher ups to the low man on the street, right? They all filled with corruption. What's going to happen? What's need to happen? It needs to be a third party, which it already, well, I think it already is a third party to just supervise police departments nationwide. A third party of what you call them, internal affairs, or a third party to police the police. And these guys need to take the job seriously. I think there's been a lack of policing the police. There's been a lack of that. It's evident. Everybody's corrupt, but this is an internal police problem. The public can't do. The public can't fix it. It's gonna have to be police and the policing the police are gonna have to fix this. So that your fellow cops are gonna have to, fellow boys in blue, gonna have to stand up. to the crooked cops, just like Officer Hoyt stood up to Lonzo. It's gonna have to be that. That's what it's gonna have to be. And if a cop is afraid, a good cop is afraid, he need to team up with other good cops if he can trust them and report it. That's what's gonna change this world. That's what's gonna change this nation. That's what's gonna make peace. The reason there's so much chaos is because the good cops for years didn't do anything. Turned the blind eye. Didn't report the crooked cops. And now you have a situation where it's totally out of hand. Now you have a situation where chickens coming on the roof. Now you're having a situation where you're all being grouped and looked at as the same. No matter if you're good or bad, you're all looked at as bad now because good cops don't stand up. This is what happens. You have been ignoring an internal problem of corruption. Just like this black cop got on CNN fussing at Don Lemon. Don Lemon should have told him, what have you done to solve the problem of corruption within your unit or within police departments all over the nation? It's not about the media, you know. The media is just reporting what happened. The media is shining a light on the corruption. You know, you have to face you attacking the media, you attacking the media, but are you attacking the crooked cops in your organization? Are you attacking the corruption in your department? You do realize that there is corruption in all police departments and in everything we do. In all forms of jobs, there's corruption everywhere. So there's corruption in police departments also, man. There's been uh there's been reportings of good cops getting killed by their fellow officers, you know, because of corruption. So the good cops sit back and do nothing. And what's happening now is they may end up paying for it because this is like karma in a way. It's time for the Officer Hoyts to stand up to the Lonzos and air them out on TV, on the news. You know, you gotta air them out. But a lot of y'all, a lot of the good cops don't want to scared, don't want to rat out their fellow homeboys. You know, like I said, you may have to risk your life. You may have to sacrifice yourself. It will be for the betterment of public service nationwide. I mean, there needs to be a distinction. We need to know who is who. We out there marching, black people out there marching. We don't know who is who. We don't know who is good and who is bad. We can't tell the good cops from the bad cops, but you can because you know. Cops know the good cops from the bad cops. They should be policing themselves, right? And a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen if we had good cops out there checking the bad ones. A lot of this shit wouldn't happen. So yeah, this is a police internal problem. Nothing else. It's not black versus police. This is a police internal problem. So this chief trying to make it like it's the media's fault or public perception turning on the police. No, police has to address the corruption within their departments. That's where the big problem is right there. Peace.